matter, I mean, if you can add as many as slides so that you could complete the illustration of exactly what it is that you did, like as if it
Okay.
is a manual. Okay,
Okay. Like a
that's
manual.
going to be very, very, yeah. Consider this as a manual for students to,
To
undergraduate students.
right. Manual for students to basically
Right.
understand the
Like they go
process.
through some experiment, okay,
Right.
some lab experiment.
Right.
I want to,
Basic.
let's say, you want to assign some lab experiments to these students,
Okay. So
right?
basically,
So
okay, I
how do
think
you
I understand.
explain them, right?
Right. So basically, I want to show them the concept behind this and how this works step by step.
Exactly, 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 with a good illustration.
Okay.
Okay, all right. Similarly to that of NMF as well.
Okay.
What's the next slide? Let's move to the next slide of this. Okay, it's the code. Okay, next slide. Uh, so this is another example where you do have a demonstration, right?
Right.
Of, I think, was this the case of, uh, here, I'd like to also ask to add the animal sound experiments,
Right. Animal
examples,
sounds.
right? So add two different animal sounds, um, as a
Okay.
mixture and so forth. Okay, and then let's move to the next slide. Okay, next one. Okay, so here, oh, this is NMF,
Right.
separation function. Okay, so I think what, just like before, if you can add illustrations
Okay.
to introduce maybe the basics of NMF separation process
Right.
with appropriate signal representation in math,
Right.
okay, as well as using some graphic illustrations. That would
O-
be also good,
Okay.
right?
Right.
Because you also mentioned about NMF combined with IVA,
IVA.
right?
Yes.
So this is another thing that I think you need to illustrate.
Right. Okay.
Let's move to the next slide. Okay, so here you're going through line by line specific procedure, right?
Yes. This is the
So yeah, if you can add governing
illustrations.
illustrations, corresponding
Okay.
illustrations, that'll be also good.
Okay.
Okay, let's move to the next slide. Next slide. Next slide. So this one, I think you had some animal sounds. That was good.
Is this bird and dog?
Right. Well, you say that it wasn't very effective, right? NMF.
Well, you can still hear the other sound in the background. Like for example, uh, let me get back to a pen. Okay. I'm I'm not sure. Wait. Oh, I guess it's because I have this. Right. As you can hear the birds clearly, but you can still hear the dogs barking in the background.
Right. In terms of effectiveness, it still doesn't look very effective.
Right.
Okay. So you might want to maybe
Look
figure
for a
out
way
how to
to
improve this
right.
situation. As far as the waveform is concerned,
Right.
mixture and source 2, there's a lot of similarity.
Yes.
Source 1, I don't know if you just lay mixture on top of source or vice versa.
Right.
And see what the difference is, right? You could do some analysis maybe, right?
Right.
If you look, for example, at the bottom, mixture versus that of source 2, it looks pretty much about the same,
Yes.
okay? So then you might want to question, was the NMF effective? Or was
Right.
there something not properly done?
Right.
Okay.
So
For example, if source 2 is almost like
the mixture.
a mixture, uh, I don't know. To me, it didn't really do much different from mixture
Right.
to source 2. Maybe you might want to figure out if you did something wrong, right?
Right.
There was an error made. On the other hand, like this example, could you, yeah, why don't you listen to the sound?
So this is source 1, the piano. Oh wait, actually no, that's the mixture, sorry. This is the source 1 piano.
This one, I think you did much better.
And this is the violin.
So this, I think you did a much better job in
Right.
this case.
Right. Yeah, this did much better job.
Right, but not the other one.
Yes.
I think, so you need to check whether there was something that you did wrong or what, okay?
Yes.
In other words, you need to figure out, make some analysis and see when it becomes effective,
Right.
right? What are the situations that it would be effective or not effective?
Right.
Obviously, in this piano and violin mixture case, it did better job,
Right.
right, than the one with the previous slide.
Yes.
Okay, and I think if you could provide some analysis
Right.
as well as what, like I said, the illustrations of each of these steps that took place.
Right.
Okay, next slide. Okay, so you have these issues, right?
Right.
Like NMF unable to separate mono audio signals.
Right.
So you need to illustrate what is meant by this, right?
Oh, okay.
In other words, you have a situation, right? There is a one microphone that captures two different sources. That's one possibility. And you have two audio signals that captures two different
Right.
sources, right? So you need to illustrate these points and when and how NMF or ICA would be effective under
Right.
what situation. Right?
Okay.
So if you could explain these things with some illustrations,
Okay.
that would be very, very helpful.
I'll do that.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. So essentially, what the overall editor, right, the editor function that we would like to have is that given a noise added signal, we want to be able to suppress or reduce noise as much as possible.
Right.
You could think about what is this signal is. Signal could be one source. It could be multiple sources and so forth. just having all the noise added.
Right.
The illustration of that would be like an animal, typical animal sound, added with, say, wind noise or water stream flowing, right, flowing
Right.
nearby. Things like that would be like the typical target for noise reduction,
Right.
so that you could hear the sound of the animal better.
Right.
Okay. The other and for the sound separation part, what we want to do is to have these two mixtures, a mixture of two sources,
Right.
two animal sounds, right?
Right.
Having a mixture of two animal sound sources. Say one frog versus that of some bird, right?
Right.
Uh, uh, Taken by a single microphone,
By a single microphone. Okay.
right? Uh, Given that, how do you separate them?
Right.
That's essentially what it is that we're trying to solve.
Okay.
All right, so these are very much, because it's an editor, very, very functional.
Right.
It's got a very specific purpose. The purpose is, overall purpose is to be able to use this noise reduction aspect of the function, so that you could hear the sound of the animal better.
Right.
The other is that when you have the mixture of two different animal sound sources, you want to be able to separate them.
Right. Okay.
Okay. So these are the specific objectives.
Okay. Understood.
Okay. All right. Okay. So that was good job. And if you could just add these things and
Okay.
let me hear about it in about a week. How much time would you need to enhance this and make some analysis and so forth, and add all these illustrations?
Let's
2 weeks?
see. Or for the illustrations, I guess. Hmm. I guess we could maybe do it in 2 weeks, but we'll need more time for actually improving the
Okay.
qualities of the NMFs and
Okay.
other stuff.
Right. So when? 29? 3 weeks?
Let's see. Hmm. 20. I think we can maybe do this by November, the 1st of November.
You need the whole month?
Well, for improving the quality of the NMF, we might need some time. Like, that's the part I'm most hung up about.
Okay. Well, by when?
I
November 5th?
Yes, I guess November 5th would be fine.
Okay. All right. Let's then mark down November 5th.
Okay.
All right.
Right.
Okay, good. All right, so that was a good job, everybody. Thank you so much.
We thank you.
Let's try to continue to improve. Okay?
Okay.
알겠습니다.
네, 수고 많았습니다.
예, 조언
네,
감사드립니다.
수고하셨습니다.
수고하셨습니다.
I know the human. I know the human. I know the.